Take two. Take two.
All right, here we go.
All right. This is BeThe1 podcast, episode 11. Today we'll be talking about the value of a mentor. So I'll kick it off with asking Marquand, what is a mentor to you?
A mentor to me is somebody who makes things more clear. You know, when you got certain goals in life you're trying to hit, or if you're just trying to break certain cycles and barriers, sometimes all it takes is to get advice from somebody else. And a mentor, you will encounter many of them through your lifetime. A mentor is not somebody who's there your whole life. Only God is. But as far as human figures, like Brian is my mentor all the time. He gonna be my mentor for the rest of my life. He's my right hand man.
Amen.
But like, you know, it's been people who have came in my life and made things more clear in business and personal development and character and spirituality. You have these people who come and go. You have people who come by, you know, for maybe a couple of weeks and help you and give you great advice. It might be a day, it might be one conversation, but they were a mentor at that time. Because like you said, when we do things by ourselves, you have many blind spots that you don't see. And I always tell y'all that as human beings, we don't judge ourselves fairly. So you need a mentor. You need somebody who's going to keep it real with you and tell you what areas you are lacking in and what areas are your strength. You know, because as humans, we like to think we are all right. We doing all good. It's not anything we need to work on. And that's mainly because, like I said, of the biasness we look at towards ourselves. So a mentor, man, it makes things so much more clear. And I could say me having mentors, it made just everything more easier, man, because when you only have your train of thought, you only see things from your point of view, it make things a lot hard. It make things like very blurred. Your vision is blurred. So for me, that's just a starter point for me. But I want Brian to break it down more for y'all, and then I'm gonna feed off of him.
Yeah, definitely. So I heard the word advice a lot. So yeah, I think that's very, very important. Is that advice part, and it's like, okay, so it's advice. What kind of advice? So I'm assuming that is advice. And also it kind of go to the detail of you can have mentors in different areas, like maybe health, maybe your walk, maybe your business, maybe your finance. But I would say the advice is from someone that probably already have done what you want to do,
Absolutely.
or I don't know, someone that you aspire to be like, or to reach that level.
Absolutely.
I looked up the definition of mentor like 10 minutes ago before we got on a podcast. It said a mentor is a trusted or experienced advisor. So it go into the advice.
Yeah.
So it go into the advice. And I think to make it real, simple, is a mentor is basically somebody that is doing what you want to do, and you reached out to them, asking if they can help. And once they agree to help you, then that's your mentor.
Experience, yeah.
Experience,
yeah. I love how, because at first we was going to talk to you guys about rest, about the Sabbath day and stuff. But yesterday, at our little club meeting, Campus Life, where I mentor at, we kind of led off into mentorship. And, I had to quote a couple scriptures. The main one was plans fail for lack of counsel, but many advisors make victory sure, or succeed, or make plans succeed. So you need help. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell y'all, you will keep crashing. You need help. You need somebody to guide you. When you think you know everything, I'm telling you, your vision is not all the way there.
That's when you fail.
Yeah, Brian has, like, for example, in my life, Brian has made my speaking career so much more clear. He has made my photography career so much more clear, and me realizing that I can do both. You know what I'm saying? And getting advice in the financial area, because finances is not my strength, at least managing it. I know how to make money, but I don't know how to manage money. And that's where Brian came in as my mentor in that department. So you really need help, man. And the Bible also says, for lack of counsel, a nation falls. So a nation, if you're not led by the right people. So let me say this. Let's reverse a little bit.
Okay.
We talking about mentors in a positive point of view. Let's talk about negative.
It's more than enough for those to go around, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of us have negative mentors. A lot of us are looking up to music artists. That's your mentor. Like I was stating to my students yesterday at our little club meeting, we was having our discussion. I'm like, man, a lot of y'all have made music artists y'all idols, and y'all don't even know, because that's what y'all put in your body the most. Whatever you put in your body the most is your mentor. So if you listen to NBA YoungBoy all day, right? If you listen to Cardi B all day, right? That's your
You
mentor. So, because
influence.
they're telling you how to think, so people ask me, what do I listen to? I'm like, man, I don't listen to music a lot. I don't, because music likes to tell people how they should live their life, how they should react to a situation. And a lot of the time, the way they tell them they should react to the situation, it end them up in trouble, right?
Right.
It only keep pushing them back. So that's where
The result.
mentors come into play. You gotta seek that, especially in business. Like Brian was stating, it's in you have mentors in many areas of your life.
Mhm.
You got mentors telling you how to eat properly. You got mentors telling you how to be disciplined and wake up. You got mentors telling you how to speak. And it make things so much more clear. So I'm interested into I want you to tell the people, who is your most influential person.
Damn.
And a mentor doesn't even have to be somebody that's in your life physically.
Mhm.
Like, so for me, Eric Thomas was always my mentor by voice when I was getting out of the streets and going to college. Because I was going to college, I was waking up every morning, 4 a.m. sometime, going to the weight room. It'll be open all day. And then I'll wake up and go to class at 7 after an hour and a half of hard work, hitting heavy weights and sprints and stuff like that. But his voice was keeping me going. I didn't have no male figures. Like, you already know that. I didn't have no male figures, but I did have somebody's voice. This is why I speak, because I might not I haven't met a lot of you in person. I haven't seen a lot of you in years, but some of you listen to my motivational speeches that I post on social media, and it might get you going. So in some form, I have some type of, let's say, leverage on you. I inspire you in some way. I'll force you to get up and do something positive, right? That's what it means to inspire. Give somebody the urge to do something. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I kind of go back to what Noah was saying.
Yeah.
He's saying that we all influence someone, and someone influences us. So,
Ooh.
man, that was a cold poet meditation session that we had yesterday. It was like what,
Yeah,
7 minutes, 10 minutes.
I think it was like 10. But when you
That-
meditating, it's like
it's
so
different,
cool,
bro.
calm, and collected. You don't know how long it's going. You just flowing, and your thoughts are at ease. So man, yeah, it's definitely a dope thing, man.
Yep.
Mentorship is key, because I realized, like, I don't know if I said this story on the last podcast that we haven't even dropped yet,
Yeah.
but I told you about when we first got back around our students this year. We our first club meeting was about a month ago, I believe, and we picked up all of our students. We got back to club. We do our little routine at the end, was when we have our 30-minute discussion. We talk about real life things, get for real. But one of our Hezekiah, my boy Hezekiah, he asked the students, he asked one of the students, no, he asked all the students, what do y'all want to do today? And one of the students said, I want to listen to Marquand do a speech thing. And I'm like, bro, I haven't seen this young man since the pandemic started in March. So I'm like, whoa, he been thinking about what I said over the past 8 months. So that has had some type of impact on him. So I realized how your mentor, whether you like, all leadership and mentorship is the same thing. If you're a brother, your sister, mom, whatever, you're a mentor in some form. You may be passing down a bad influence. You may be passing down a good influence. So you got to figure out what type of mentor are you to your brothers and sisters. When you get on social media, you're a leader, you're a mentor. You might be a good leader or a bad leader, right? But you're telling people, you're putting certain information in people's head. So in that way, you're mentoring them,
Influence them at the least. And I think that's a good point. The real practical, like we all should find at least one person that can mentor us.
Yeah.
Then we should find at least one person that we can go and mentor.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like a big it's a AU team in Florida called Each One Teach One. So when somebody teach us, it's only right for us to pass it on. And that's why, man, I was so happy, bro, about being here yesterday. Cause I'm like, I came from Lansing, came from the inner city, made it out of Lansing, came back, and now I have the chance to teach, the inner city kids again, like everything that I learned, growing up. So I was like, damn, that was a great time for me to reflect, like, and God is amazing, and for me to even have this opportunity to pass on wisdom to kids that I wish that I would have got, man. It's dope. It's dope.
Like what they didn't understand yesterday either. I'm like, bro, me and Brian was just in St. Louis, and you went 3 years without seeing your mom, bro. But like, so as far as like, give yourself a hand clap if you had nobody giving you advice and you still been making it through. I'm not talking about surviving. I'm talking about you've been thriving really good. So you need to give yourself a hand clap. And it's going to be those times where you don't have mentors, but that's where you're testing your character at, because Right now, I don't have any mentors like at this moment because I had mentors, but when the pandemic started, everybody had to start doing their own
Yeah.
thing. So it was just like I'm like, God, it's strictly on me and you, like 2010 to 2014 again.
And that's a great point. Even the
Mm-hmm.
book Mastery by Robert Greene, it's called
Mm-hmm.
Mastery. Is basically he's breaking down how to be a master in your craft, and like the 10-year process where it takes 10 years to actually master something. But in that book, he had a chapter about mentorship,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that like how you said, like, not everyone has the opportunity to go get the necessary mentor that they need, the influential, the positive influential mentor they need. But we all have access to books.
Absolutely.
Um, the authors and the books you read are a form of mentorship, and while it's not as effective having a person in person give you advice and kind of walk with you during the way, but books is a great way.
Bro, you
Books is a great
you about
way.
to,
Like
you about to take me there, bro.
like for example, for me, it's like so I want to become a top financial advisor once I get to that point. And I mean, coming in city, I don't know any no financial advice like that. I'm not really familiar with the industry. Now I got more financial industry by asking questions, but I bought a book called the Millionaire Financial Advisor. In that book, the author interviews 15 millionaire advisors. So in a
Mm.
way, I don't have access to a millionaire advisor right now. I basically do access to 15 millionaire advisors through a book.
Ooh,
So it's just having,
talk to him.
yeah, I mean, having a book. So there's basically what I'm saying. There's no excuse for anyone to say they don't have a mentor. I'm done. I'm not trying to hear that.
It's really no excuse, man. You gotta go seek help. The Bible says,
Yeah, see,
"Seeking you
yep.
will find, asking you shall receive." If it's for the right
What what
purpose.
what what, what did Norris say at the end though? He said, "Knock, the door will be open."
Yeah, man. Because like I said, the worst thing somebody can say is no. And people who, if they really see your drive and enthusiasm, they will take you under their wing, man. I'm,
Hmm.
I'm really
Yeah,
telling you,
for real.
man. It's really like that. And if you really dedicate your life to being better, those people will come across you. I'm telling you, your relationships is key. Because I can honestly tell you, my relationships is what brought me the most success.
Hmm.
Not from me doing stuff by myself. It's really who I know, and they see my character and they see my drive, and they like, okay, this is somebody who's determined about their task, about their vision, and they're gonna do anything to knock down those walls. So also the statements I wanted to make, that book, dude, the what I posted on Instagram, that page, and you replied to it, you was like, man, that's deep. This is
Hmm.
not that, this is recently. It's about the cocoon, about this little boy. He was watching, you know how butterflies, I mean, before a butterfly turned into a butterfly, it's a caterpillar, right? And they have to get in a cocoon for a certain amount of time. So a boy watched the cocoon over several days.
Hmm.
Young boy, didn't know no better. So the cocoon, the little boy, he went back home to find scissors because he thought the butterfly was struggling, when really that's his natural process to grow.
Dang, that's deep.
It has to grow through something, right? So
That's
when
deep.
the little boy went home and he returned, he cut the cocoon open, thinking that he was helping the caterpillar turn into a butterfly quicker, when really
Hmm.
he killed it. So he destroyed the whole process. So like I always talk about, when I have kids, they not gonna get everything. I don't care how much millions I got. I'm not gonna hand nothing to them. I'm gonna show them, like, you gotta work for this. So if you want $20, give me 20 push-ups. What you want $20 for? It's a lot of people out here who will never see $20. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Who was born into strict poverty. You know what I'm saying? They didn't ask for that life, but they got an opportunity. Like I always tell you about people who were born into families who are wealthy. They
Hmm.
had to make a choice if they wanted to do this or not. They had to make up their mind. They mom and dad already set that cycle for them. So we complain about these certain communities have this much more than the poverty minority community, right? But we got to understand, the Donald Trumps, they made up their mind that they was gonna follow what they dad,
A
and their
long time
moms
ago.
did. They made up their mind that this is a cycle they're gonna continue to follow, and that's what's wrong with our
That's
people.
tough.
We play the victim role. You cannot do that. You gotta take accountability. I was talking to somebody in a barbershop the other day, and I'm just like, bro, you sound angry. Sound like you angry at God because of human behavior, bro. Like, you have an opportunity, like, you complaining about what somebody else had, but you don't know that you can literally go out here and do the same if you put your head down and grind. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you, bro. Like, it's really up to you to seek out those people who and sometimes we pray for things, and when we don't get it in a certain amount of time, we like to get mad at God. Like, you don't understand that God probably trying to protect you because your character not in order yet.
Right, yeah, ready
So
for
your
it.
character ain't ready for those type of fruits and blessings. You want $100,000, but your character ain't not ready for it because you're gonna spoil it. How many people we see in doing fraud?
Mm-hmm.
And what they doing? Jewelry. Everybody can do that, man. Like, that's basic. I'm not saying you shouldn't want those things, but prioritize.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Your mom at home struggling. Your mom at home still using the food stamp card. But you out flossing in cars and Airbnbs when you can go buy you a house for that amount at Airbnb you just spent. You know what I'm saying? So it's prioritize, man. Realize who you want in your life. You know, so when people come to me for advice, I'm all open to it because I know some people are just searching.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is one sentence for somebody's life to change
Yeah.
and for them to make a paradigm shift in their life. And yeah, man, it ain't no joke, man. You got to seek out those positive things that's gonna help you.
Yeah, like you said, it only take one idea to
Spark, man.
make everything crack. But kind of going to your question before, you said who is my most influential um, mentor or person in my life besides Jesus Christ? Um, I'm gonna do a celebrity because like not everyone have a dad, or not everyone have
Yeah,
like an uncle.
absolutely.
So again, I got Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm gonna go Kobe and
Kobe had character though, man.
yeah.
That's I don't look at him as a celebrity, man, because that man was a beast when it come to life, dog. Like for real.
And now the reason I say Kobe is because of his work ethic. I know some people say he's a jerk, he's arrogant. I don't really look at that stuff. I look at the work ethic, and for me, the way he approached the game, like I'll listen to a story with Gabriel Arenas. He was saying before it was a pregame before the Lakers played the Suns. Kobe was getting mad at his trainer because you know the pregame where you get your form ready, get your shots up. You know you go through drills lightly, not very lightly. You don't really do
Mhm.
much contact. Kobe was getting mad at his trainer because his trainer wasn't bumping him hard. What wasn't going through it like it was a real game. He was like this player ain't gonna play like that. He gonna bump me. He gonna pull me. Like he gonna do certain things. And most players, you know, we used to going through the motions, but Kobe approached it as a professional at all times. And I think that work ethic can transfer. I think I know it can translate to all industries and fields. And the main thing that I learned from him, and I think everybody can learn it, because it's just keeping that curiousness in you.
Mhm.
Always being curious, always asking questions. Like I don't know, for those that know the Tucker family, the Dot Tucker, Charles Tucker Jr., and being around them and just seeing how um, they're always networking. They're always talking to people. They're always on the phone. They're always making calls. They're always around other people, talking to other
Mhm.
people. And I found that a similar trait in Kobe. Kobe would call Tim Cook, who was at the ECO Apple. He would call Oprah Winfrey. He would call all these their
Advice.
people and ask different advice. I'm like, dang,
All I see is
that's
drive, bro. Like
yeah.
what you're saying right now about Kobe, I see drive. Somebody who determined. They don't care about being told no.
Mm,
I don't. I don't care about being told no, bro. It's like, go, man. The worst thing somebody can say is no. Cause like we always talk about, I told you
mm,
before, like with the photography stuff. Like it's been people who told me no a year ago, and now they coming to me a
they're
year
back.
later. But I'm even charging more now
Right.
than what I am now. And they like, oh yeah, to this price. Now they like, yep, I see the quality, I see the
Mm-hmm.
whole portfolio, I see the consistency, I see the determination, the enthusiasm,
Mm-hmm.
everything we've been talking about to y'all through this podcast. They saw and they see. So you gotta understand, gotta think more long term. That's the adjustment I've been making lately,
Long
bro.
term.
More long term because I'm all about doing what I can today. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because tomorrow is not tomorrow without today's efforts.
Right.
You know, so I just try to be as intentional, as efficient as I can be today. You know, so after we get done with this podcast, I got 4 more hours to be dominant.
Right.
You know, or I could choose to, let's say, chill. Give me 2 more hours, but don't overwhelm myself. Give me
Mm-hmm.
2 more hours of probably reading. You know, probably create a motivational speech after this.
Dang.
You know what I'm
The grind
saying?
don't
So
stop.
yeah, bro. And it's Friday, but you know,
It is
no
Friday.
days, man.
No days off. So I'm gonna end off with this. So besides, again, kind of know everyone don't have a family member. My real mentor, influential person is my father.
Hmm.
I always go to him for advice, and he's been very tremendous in my walk and with Christ and in my journey to success. But not everybody have that opportunity to have a family member be their mentor.
Hmm.
But we all have access to YouTube. We all have access to books. So from besides Jesus Christ and the Holy Bible, my celebrity one or one that I recommend is Kobe Bryant. Go watch all his motivational videos and study his mindset. Study the way he approached the game. That's the way you should approach your own game, whether that may be. And from a book standpoint, I'm gonna say the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and that will be a good fundamental book that will get you, right on your path to success. So.
Absolutely, I agree. And he's saying that, so I'm gonna give y'all some pointers too. Well, the book I've been reading, I'm gonna stay reading. I'm gonna keep rereading over and over. Is the 8 attributes of highly successful people, highly effective people. It talks about Warren Buffett in there, Sylvester Stallone. Talks about Walt Disney, who I'm studying like to the core right now. Talks about a lot of people, man, what they went through in order for them to reach their goals and get to where they at. Like Warren Buffett talked about his most important attribute of his life was having a mentor, bro. Like mentorship. So this is Warren Buffett telling you this, people who you see with all of this. And understand this, man, these people y'all see, they human like you. They just made up their mind that they was gonna do this. You can do it too. No matter where you at in life. I don't care if your credit score 300 right now. You can make that turnaround. You just gotta put your end goal in mind every single day you wake up. Every day. Except your day off. Give your brain a rest. But every other day, man, you gotta go.
Get to it.
You have to go. Cause you gonna die. Don't die, be forgotten about, man. That's my worst. Like if I feared anything, that's my fear. Like nobody remembering me, bro. Like for nothing. They just like, man, he was a leech. Nah, I want people to say a lot more. Dang. Say. I'm not talking about talk about me. I want them to say a lot.
And there's ways in your craft and what you do to make sure that people remember you forever. Cause through pictures, man, one of the most valuable things out there that we keep, that we pass down to our ancestors.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So man, this is BeThe1 podcast episode 11. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And we out.
BeThe1.
BeThe1.